With most movies, it's awesome just to have one WWE wrestler in it, but the 2020 horror film Penance has two. The first wrestler to appear in the movie is Booker T. Booker plays a criminal named Shooter. He and his gang run into a creepy looking house to stash away their stolen money. One of Booker's gang members is actually his brother. No, it's not Stevie Ray. Booker's brother in the movie is called Bobby. Unfortunately, Bobby, as well as everyone else, gets killed by something unseen. The 5-time WCW champion manages to escape, but ends up getting caught by the police and sent to prison. While behind bars, Booker T befriends a man named Crimson Matthews, who's played by Tyler Mane, who actually is a former wrestler too. Mane is best known for wrestling in WCW as Big Sky, but he's had the most success as an actor. Anyways, Booker T tells Crimson about the house where he stashed the money. Despite the creepy stuff, Crimson decides to go to the house to try and get the cash. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any weapons, so he calls in help from a friend. Diamond Dallas Page plays Crimson's biker friend, who gives the main character a gun to fight off the evil in the house. Unfortunately, DDP doesn't stick around for the rest of the movie, but he did give Crimson all the tools he needs to make a loud bang. After his infamous walkout from WWE in 2014, CM Punk stopped wrestling and began pursuing acting. The first time Punk was the main character in a movie was in the 2019 film Girl on the Third Floor. In this horror movie, CM Punk moves into a new house and is fixing it up so it's ready for his pregnant wife when she arrives, who is not played by AJ Lee, sadly. Some creepy things start happening though, and they all have a very bad outcome for CM Punk. The movie is pretty scary and very disgusting, as the house is kind of alive. It's also testing CM Punk and seeing if he'll give in to his temptations. If he does, let's just say it's not gonna be a fun time for him. The movie is good, but it's not realistic at all. CM Punk would never be caught drinking a beer. In the 2016 film Isle of the Dead, a US research facility on an isolated island gets overtaken by zombies. 2-time Divas champion Maryse plays a doctor who is part of a small rescue team looking for survivors. Even though she isn't technically a soldier, the former champion is pretty tough and cold-hearted. When one of the people on the team gets bitten by a zombie, Maurice is the one who decides to kill her in order to protect the rest of the team. As the movie goes on, the rescue team finds a scientist who survived, and he turns out to be Maurice's father. However, her dad ends up being kind of infected, but he kind of has a cure, but he's also obsessed with his research, so he doesn't want to leave. It makes a bit more sense when you watch the movie. Anyways, this leads to an intense escape off the island. Unfortunately, the former WWE star does get infected, but before she dies, Maurice goes out with a bang and becomes a one-woman zombie wrecking machine. Best of all, she hits one of the undead with her WWE finisher, the French Kiss. Snitsky was a monster in WWE. Not only was he a beast in the ring, but he also had some very memorable moments, like when he punted the baby on live TV. Since leaving WWE, Snitsky has started acting in movies. One of the first was a horror movie called 100 Acres of Hell. No, Snitsky doesn't play the monster, he's actually the main character, Buck Severs. Like in real life, Snitsky's character is a former wrestler who retired due to a career-ending injury. There's some cool visual and verbal wrestling references in the film.
Man, I loved it when you body slammed the Warrior in the steel cage match in Mania 27.
I learned that from Mania 23 when I had a real Buffalo Bob with his own lasso.
In 100 Acres of Hell, Snitsky is also trying to mentally recover from the death of his wife and daughter. His friends decide to take him on a trip to an abandoned game preserve. However, the area is home to a monster named Jeb Tucker, who looks like he'd fit right in with the Wyatt family. Snitsky eventually comes face to face with the evil creature, and the two have a brawl. Like other horror movies, Snitsky's first few attacks don't seem to do any damage to the monster. The former WWE wrestler eventually gets the upper hand when he nails Tucker in the nuts. Goes to show that no matter who you are, a well-placed shot below the belt knocks out any man. Ever since he originally left WWE in 2011, John Morrison has focused on acting. One movie he appeared in was 2018's Minutes to Midnight. Morrison plays a character named Travis, who is searching for his brother, who suddenly went missing while on a picnic with his girlfriend. As he looks around, Jomo begins to realize something scary is going on. He eventually teams up with the local sheriff, and they discover the disturbing individuals causing everything. This guy in the blonde wig, and this other guy in the mask. Morrison puts up a really good fight using his parkour skills. He even borrows a move from Edge's playbook and takes the masked monster down with a spear. Morrison appears again a little later to warn the other characters, but ends up getting hit by an arrow for his troubles. Luckily, the former WWE wrestler survives and is able to kick some more butt in the climax of the movie. Sadly, while Morrison and the other characters win the fight, John Morrison's character finds out that his brother has been killed. In 2006, WWE made their own horror movie called See No Evil, which starred Kane as the villain. To see what the Big Red Machine did, watch the video on screen.